We saw the Australian Women's Weekly 80th birthday celebrations this week. Now, James Manning managed to get to the party and actually secure a pretty nice rare interview while you were there, James.
Yeah, Matt Stanton, the chief executive, yeah. He's been a little bit media shy, so far. But we managed to get in front of the camera, and here's what he had to say.
In a year where there's been lots of question marks about the future of print and the health of magazines, you're being very bullish in the last half. You've just launched OWL. Shop to Your Drop's about to go fortnightly. And word is you're probably planning another possible launch next year.
That's right. I think you have to continually innovate in the marketplace, and I think that's something that we look to strive to do. We will continue to launch magazines into the marketplace. We think print is a very, very viable medium. Very much our consumers are telling that. They're very much paying very hard-earned money. I think the average price is something like $7.50 for every magazine people buy. So it shows you the commitment people have to magazines and the print. And then from there, it's not just about print though. It is a holistic brand these days. We will look at print and we will look at digital offerings as well. So Shop to Your Drop, as you mentioned, is going to go from a monthly frequency to a fortnightly frequency. That is us because we're having to change to consumer behaviour. We will then also look at the website with that and how the website interacts with the magazine. And very much we'll be selling items on our website as well as people acquiring the magazine so they can see what the latest fashions are to buy.
And then we spoke to Helen McCabe, Editor-in-Chief of The Weekly, about the big birthday party.
Good stuff.
Helen McCabe, happy birthday. It seems, at least for the big magazines, there's still quite a good business there for them.
Well, I certainly hope so, and there's so much debate about the future of print products, but there's no doubt in my mind that Women's Weekly is going to be around for a lot longer, and yep, our circulation is holding and our readership is incredibly strong. And David Gingell used to always laugh at me when he was running the company that, Women's Weekly is the one that you wouldn't have to worry about. It's still incredibly relevant to the lives of Australian women, but that is my job, is to make sure that it continues to be. And so that's why today is about the future and about young women, because I do think we need to continue to grow and be conscious of what women are interested in and engage on all levels.
You talked a little bit about the rich history of the magazine, and you've acknowledged that with some of the former editors that were there.
Yes.
Who are some of those who've got here today?
Well, we have Robin Foister, who I took over from, and we have Deborah Thomas, who I think was in the chair for nearly 10 years, if it wasn't 10 years. Of course, Australian of the Year in Ida Buttrose, and in fact, you've just made me realise probably we should have acknowledged that she's the Australian of the Year. Look, there's only 17 editors of Women's Weekly, so it's not a very long list, and some edited for 20-odd years. There were two men, one of them was Richard Walsh and one of them was the very first editor. But it's a very, very humbling thing to be at the end of that list.
Yeah, then you talked about, but it's not all about the past, as you just alluded to, it's all about the future. Talk to us a little bit about the business future of The Weekly. I mean, it's still a big business. Your sales close to, 500,000 hard copies. You're building a digital subscriber base. Advertising sales still north, probably, $30 million plus. So there's a lot there to be happy about.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in many regards, the business has to be aware that there are a lot more magazines out there competing against us, and they have been taking some market share. But I'm very confident that the monthly magazine as it stands has incredible relevance to Australian women. However, I do recognise that it is about the digital play. We get over 1 million UBs a month on our website. We're the biggest women's lifestyle magazine online as well. So you add that to our readership of the monthly magazine, and that's 2.3 and it's 3.3. So that's the reach. But we could do a lot more in that area, and we're having a lot of discussions internally about what to do. I'm very excited about the potential for the masthead online. I think a lot of people are in the women's lifestyle area online, but this masthead has a distinct advantage, and I don't think we're leveraging that to its full potential at the moment, and that's what we're talking about. And in many reasons, that's what appeals to me about the next couple of years, at least in the editor's chair, is about getting that right and establishing that in the future.
That's Helen McCabe, and that finishes Media Week for this week. From the team here, thanks so much for your company.